Alright, what's up YouTube? So tonight I'm going back to the 92 Winston Cup season. Quick look at the points. I'm currently in 6th. And I think before the last race I was in 7th, and 5th, 6th, and 7th were pretty tightly bunched in points. So I got past Irvin. I think he might have had a DNF, or maybe he had to pit for fuel at the end or something. I don't remember. But I passed Irvin. I lost some points to Marlin. Davey lost a lot of points because he DNF'd. So I'm feeling pretty safe in the top 10 right now. Though Labonte's not too far back. And Kyle Petty is not too far back. So in this race, I should come out of here, what, 5th, 6th, or 7th? Probably still in 6th. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I got 2 wins, one of which was at Daytona restrictor plate race. 5 top 5, 6 top 10s, 1 pole, and I'm still in 2nd place in laps completed. Bill Elliott is the points leader. All right, so this is Talladega. 100% is 188 laps, 500 miles, 92. There were 40 cars in this race. Doing 100%. I did 99% on my first Talladega race of the season, and I got 2nd. So I'm going to bump that up. Damage level realistic, all boxes checked. And this is Talladega Retro. It's just the default Talladega. I've just been kind of making a few graphical changes just to make it look a little more 90s. But it's only graphics. There's no changes to any like AI or anything like that. All of that stuff is default. Alright, so qualify is default, and then the default fast. Alright, I'm going to go right to qualifying. Clear 68. So that's one of the changes in this race, is that Talladega logo with the stars. That was my favorite Talladega logo. I was so bummed when they changed it from that to that like blue and red Talladega logo. I don't know why they changed it. Those stars look awesome to me, like the way it is right there. That logo, I finally figured out how to edit like how the walls look. So that logo is actually from Talladega 1997 by Thunder 98. So I want to make sure I give him credit. That logo looks awesome, and it's from Thunder 98. He did a great job with it. So I just removed the blue and red Talladega logo with that sweet Talladega logo with the stars from the mid-90s. Other than that, the only difference is the dash line separating the apron from the track. I put the dash line there because they didn't have the out of bounds back then. And there was something else I did. I think I removed that huge American flag in turn 4. Not that I'm not patriotic, but I don't remember them having that humongous American flag back there. And at some point, I wanted to change that blue wall on pit road to a red wall. And I'd also like to figure out how to change the grandstands to be a little more like they were in the early mid-90s. But yeah, that's it. Everything else is still just default. then I just noticed that blue and red Talladega logo is still on the press box
There's the checkered flag.
in the middle of the tri-oval. But I don't really know how to change buildings, so I'm not worried about it until I figure that out. All right, how did I do? 32nd. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, it kind of matters because I don't want the leaders to leave me, and we're going to break away from some of these dudes back here. So I don't want to end up having to fight some of these guys, but since they're pretty slow, it'll spread out a little bit in the back, and I should be able to get low and make my way forward. But yeah, that's really the only strategy. Just get to the front as fast as possible, hug the bottom, and then don't mess up the pit stops. And I've had some trouble with pit stops in the last 2 races. At Daytona, I overshot my pit board, and then Bobby Hamilton hit me on pit road. Thankfully, I recovered from it. And then at Pocono, I sped on pit road for some unknown reason. I mean, it was my fault. I just was distracted and wasn't paying close enough attention. So pit stops are really important here because I think most of this is just going to be green flag racing. I'm thinking maybe 1 caution, maybe 2 if I'm lucky. So making sure I get on and off pit road without speeding and stuff, that's going to be really important. Every pit stop, just 2 tires. Either 2 rights or 2 lefts. And because of the whole fuel cell gimmick in NASCAR back in '02, we only have 13 gallons, so I got to pit every 35 laps. That's pretty much it. Okay. It's time to race. Anything else? All right, I'm ready.
Drivers, start your engines.
That Talladega logo, by the way, that I think that first was there in, I want to say 94. 95 for sure. 96 for sure. 97 for sure. 98 for sure. And I want to say in 99, that's when it changed to that blue and red logo. But in the early 90s, it was these like really skinny letters. It said Talladega, USA. And that's how the logo looked in 92. But for a general retro 90s Talladega, that's the logo that I always look back fondly on. So that's the one I went with. There were a lot of other logos too, like the, say, Winston 500 all in red and white, and the DieHard 500 logo and stuff like that. But I didn't bother with all that. I just changed the Talladega logo. I'm not too particular with it looking exactly like it did in 92, but I'm far more particular with it looking, or with it being more default. So it races kind of like as the game intended it to race. Even though at these tracks that can be kind of boring. Okay, here we go.
flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Inside. Clear inside. Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. Still there. Still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. Still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, car outside. Still there.
right here when this little gap develops, Darrell Waltrip is going to get in there.
Car outside.
So I just can't quite stay right on their bumper in some scenarios, and I'm a little worried that at some point in the race, if there's just a few of us in line, like maybe after a pit stop, that if there's a little gap like that, this line will just leave me. You see, I mean, look at the gap Waltrip is putting on me, because I'm just not very fast. And the field is mostly just towing me around. The only time I catch up is in the turns when they're going side by side or 3 wide.
Still there. Clear. Outside. Clear.
See, and I'm going to have to come down and block Ernie Irvan. And if people don't come down in front of me, I think people will just pass me on the outside.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there.
We'll see how it plays out. Looks like I'm doing okay so far.
Clear.
I do seem to be fast at the start-finish line.
Still there. Clear outside.
See, and I got to come down to block Ernie. And that kind of cuts me off from the draft in front of the dudes, or from the dudes in front of me. Let's see if Ernie will give me a boost down the straightaway here.
Outside. The next car is the leader. Clear outside.
might have a run on Mark here. Oh gosh.
Clear outside.
Oh, it was close. I lifted just a little bit. It looked like I was far enough along he was going to give me room, but
Car outside.
still way early.
Clear.
I'll get another good run on him. I'd like to lead a lap.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear.
All right, coming up on a lap car. Looks like Bob Schacht in the Shoney's car. I think we'll get him down the straightaway. I think. Come on, Mark. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Outside. Clear.
Was that the right move? I don't know. Little bump draft.
Clear inside.
Okay, that worked out. Alright, looks like I'm getting right side tires first.
Changing just the right side this time. Right side's on.
Full of fuel. See, and I don't know how the game accounts for the whole gimmick of there being 13-gallon fuel cells here. Like it says I'm gonna get 2 cans, which would be 13 gallons. But a can is like 11 or 12 gallons, so I don't know how they figure that's 2 cans. That would be like 1 can and a splash. All right, someone was coming off pit road there. I'm not sure who that was.
Outside.
See if I could take advantage of Jeff Bodine here.
Outside. The next car's the leader. Still there. Clear outside.
All right, now I got Sterling behind me.
Outside. Clear outside.
All right, I think I might have a run on Mark here, but now he's got Davey behind him.
Outside. Here comes the leader. The next car's the leader. Still
Ooh, almost
there.
got put in the middle. Now we're coming up on lake speed, just to make it interesting.
Clear. Car outside. The next car's the leader. Clear outside.
Well, I got alongside Mark, but there's really like no chance that I could pull in front of him. All right, he's by himself kind of now, but he's too far ahead. May get another run on him here. Alright, let's see how quickly they can get back by me. Someone just dropped off on the apron, way behind me. Oh, okay, yeah, a bunch of guys at pit. Or maybe someone blew an engine and just split the pack in half or something. But I'm going to go around one more time. All right, Derek Hope is going to pit. I'll pit behind him.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right, quick pit stop.
Go, go, go! Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. The leader's pitting now.
All right, those are the leaders there, I think.
Clear outside.
Shepard, Rick Mast, and Ricky Rudd. They may be pitting this time. No, okay, I think that might be the lead trio right there. All right.
NASCAR's the leader.
Who is Rudd? What is my sponsor or my spotter talking about? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I should let Marlon go here and see if I can draft behind him because he's going to be faster than me. And see if we can catch these guys in front of me. And I'll see if I'm going to lose Marlon here. All right, yeah, Shepard, Mast, and Rudd are the leaders. Those three. Then Marlon and me. And then a whole bunch of guys behind us. See, I went on pit road right behind Derek Cope. I don't see him in the standings. All right, this group behind me is catching up. All right, I'm gonna try and let this group kind of go. Like Mark Martin is a fast car, and then hopefully I don't lose the draft when I get back to the back, or I can get in here behind or in front of Dallenbach and Marlin or something. Richard, okay, thank you, buddy. All right. In this group, I think we'll catch the leaders. Seeing as these two cars in front of me start picking up the draft from those first 4 cars, they'll pull away a little bit. But I should be able to stick with them. I think that's my biggest concern.
Outside. Clear.
Since I got help behind me. See, now these front 2 are pulling away as they got the draft of the guys in front of them. All right, we got a lap car coming up. I hate not being able to see the lap car that we're coming up on, so I can see when we're going to catch it and where people are going to slow down. Especially in the tri-oval, that just makes it worse. All right, I'll be getting lefts this time.
Car outside. Clear. Changing just the left sides this time. Left sides only. You're back in the lead.
you know, these races are fairly simple of just getting in front and hugging the bottom, but I mean, in this scenario, it would really be better if I was second and if first was like Mark Martin again, because then this group would go a lot faster if Mark Martin was leading, and we may be able to prevent groups from way behind us from catching up. Because every lap I look in my mirror and it feels like the group is bigger and bigger because of the cars behind us who are catching up after the pit stop. But it's a lot safer to stay right here than it is to try and let Mark go by or something and then end up 3 wide and back in the mess. So I'll just stay right here and let all those other cars catch up if that's what it comes down to. I definitely like to be in the lead or close to it when pit stops happen, so I don't have to worry about people slamming on the brakes in front of me. Or even being side by side and people in the outside line just cutting across the inside line to get on pit road.
Outside. Clear.
So even if cars are catching up from behind, I think it's still better to be in this spot than any other spot.
Still there.
All right, so Mark Martin is definitely fast enough to pass me on the outside.
The next car's the leader. Still there.
Depending on if someone's helping him or not.
Clear outside. Car outside.
I think Harry Gant's probably going to get by.
Still there.
Then it's Terry Labonte and then Ricky Rudd.
Still there. The next car's the leader. The next car's the leader. Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, someone's coming out of the pits.
Still there. Still there.
I think that's Jimmy Means.
Still there. Still there. You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside.
Alright, just left side tires.
Here comes the leader. Car outside. Still there. You're back in the lead. Still there. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. There's too much debris on the track. Inside.
Davey
Road
just
closed.
got under me.
Still there. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Inside. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Clear outside. Okay, we're under caution. Stay
All right.
behind the 28 car.
Scared me a little bit. I was so surprised by the caution. Davey jumped under me and then I ended up in the middle. Alright, another debris caution. Okay, so on this one, I'm thinking I should change all 4. Since it's under caution. I'm thinking everyone else will get all 4. But I don't know. I don't want to lose any track position.
Tires all the way around this time, guys.
Alright, I'm going to get all 4. Okay, I always end up
Pit road is now open.
going through the pit board under caution.
Keep it
So
under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars entering
try
the
and be
tri-oval.
careful here.
The pace cars in the tri-oval.
Okay.
The pace cars exiting the tri-oval. Go, go, go! Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 1. The pace cars in turn 2. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 16 car.
Alright, I'm betting some of these guys got 2 tires, but I'm not sure. Who do I stay behind? The
Stay
16?
behind the 16 car.
Okay. All right, those lap cars are pitting. Is Bobby Hillen? I think he's now on the tail end of lead lap, and he's gonna stay out here like an idiot, thinking he's gonna get his lap back. Come on, bro. Look at Richard Petty in third place. All right, how many lap cars are there? Oh, Bill Elliott's out, the point leader. Michael Waltrip is out. Hillen's on the tail end of the lead lap. And we got 5 cars a lap down. And I'm in 8th, so I'm starting in the 9th row on the outside. But there's only going to be lap cars in the first 5 rows on the inside. So really I'm starting like, what is that, 13th, 14th? All right, I normally, like at the start, say, you know, stay on the bottom, get to the front. But I worry just a little bit about some idiot deciding to pit right when the green flag comes out, you know, things like that. Like on the first time around coming off turn 4, is someone going to slam on the brakes to go down pit road? For some reason, they do that sometimes. But I mean, I'm pretty close to the front, so if that's going to happen, I think it's more likely to happen behind me.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 16 car on the outside line.
Let's see if anyone has damage. All right, no damage. All right, I think I'm just going to do what I usually do and just be real aggressive, take them all 3 wide, get to the front. You can't go 4 wide, but 3 wide's no problem. So, and if I have to follow a lap car through a corner, that's okay. Just stay on the bottom. If a lap car gets under me, I could just get shuffled all the way to the back, and I don't want that. Tire's pretty cold. Oh, I should have been thinking about pit strategy. So 124 laps, divide that by like 30, 60, 90, 120. We should only have to pit 3 more times. And as long as I go 31 laps on each run, I'll make it. All right, so I should be fine. I'll be able to make it the rest of the way on just 3 pit stops.
Pace car's in. Green, green, green! Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. Still there. The next car's the leader.
All right, this Evinrude car is now.
Let's go. Race back
Oh,
to the line.
there
There's
was
too
a
much
wreck.
debris on the track. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. We got a wreck in the pit. Stay behind the 31 car. Stay behind the pace car.
All right, those guys got their laps back. Good job. Bobby Hillen
Stand by.
didn't.
Stay behind the 17 car.
Or did he?
Let him by.
All right, I don't think Bobby Hillen got his lap back, but those guys did.
Let him by. Let him by.
All right, there's no need to pit. I wonder what happened. I guess there was an accident. I
Pit
don't
road
see
is
any
now
skid
open.
marks yet. All right, everyone's gonna pit. I don't think we need to. I can go the rest of the way on 3 pit stops. They can now go the rest of the way on 3 pit stops. I've got basically brand new tires. There's no reason to pit. Yeah, a bunch of guys wrecked up into the wall here. Especially with these caution laps, I can definitely go the rest of the way on 3 pit stops. So
You are on the point.
I don't know, pitting right there doesn't make much sense unless they thought it was close on fuel or something. Let's see if there's some guys out from that. Yeah. Oh, Richard, man, he was running in like 3rd. He was running in the top 5. He was having a good race. I don't know if anyone else was in it. Maybe Derek Cope or something? I don't know. All right, me, Musgrave, and Earnhardt didn't pit. This race was known for being really hot. They would run this race in July, and it'd be hot and nasty. And I live in Arizona, so it's a little different. I always thought it was weird how they would run a race at Talladega in the middle of the summer, and it's all nasty and hot. And then they would throw a caution because it's raining in like turn 3. and I'd be like, oh man, there goes the race. But then the rain would stop in like, what, 10 minutes, and then they just throw the green flag again, and it was like, what? Like, it don't rain like that here in Arizona. But I guess it's just so muggy and stuff that's how they did it. Or that's how the rain would come. I was very fortunate in 1998. For my birthday, my dad and I went to Talladega for the what was then the Sears DieHard 500, which was in April. So in all the years, I mean in the 90s at least, until and up to 97, the Winston 500 was in April, and then the DieHard 500 was in July. And then in 98, it flipped. So the DieHard 500 was in April, and then the Winston 500 was in October. And so I went there for the spring race in 98. That was the race where Ward Burton got on the apron in the tri-oval, and then Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott ended up wrecking and getting on their sides, and that was the big one. It took out most of the field. Unfortunately, I was sitting on the backstretch, so I didn't see it. The track, I mean, it's hard to picture just how freaking huge this track is. So sitting on the backstretch, I remember when the red flag came out, my dad was looking through the binoculars, basically from the backstretch grandstands, and he could see the cars lined up at the top of the tri-oval when they were parked under the red flag. But that's all you could really see. It was so far away. But for the Busch race, the day before, I had really good seats right under this, or right by this press box where the start-finish line is, up in the top tier. And that race was a total wreck fest. That was the I think the 98. The Busch race was called the Touchstone Energy 300, and then the Cup race was the DieHard 500. That was one of the coolest things. And you know, I remember my dad and I, we flew out there on a Friday. Drove from Atlanta to Talladega or around Talladega, got it to our hotel, and on the way to the hotel there was a dirt track, and they were having races on Friday night. So I was like, Dad, let's go to that track and watch the races. So we went to that track, and that was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen at the time. Just being able to see how like you know, in that area of the country or in the Carolinas, racing like this, like oval track racing and stuff, is kind of ingrained in the culture. It's not really like that here in Arizona. I mean, we only had one dirt track in the Phoenix area, and that was Manzanita. We had a couple other dirt tracks, but they were way out in the desert. So it wasn't typical that you'd just be like, oh, Friday, let's go to the short track. Or Saturday night, let's go to the short track. I had to drive about 2 hours, or about an hour and a half, all the way through Phoenix to get to Manzanita. But it was worth it. But going to Alabama and seeing like, whoa, this is like dirt track racing for real out here. That was pretty cool. That was Friday, and then Saturday the Busch race, and then Sunday the Cup race, and then we flew back on Monday.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the pace car on the outside line.
All right, let's see if any of these lap cars got damage on them. Okay, yeah, the 95 is all scraped up. 83 looks okay. The 31 looks okay. That 95 has a lot of damage. So once I get back going green here, I gotta remember to watch out for that 95, because we'll catch him a lot faster than we'll catch the other lap cars. And if I'm not paying attention, all of a sudden all the lead cars will just slam on the brakes when we catch him, and I won't know what's going on, and I'll just run into the back of him. So watch out for the 95, the red Shoney's car. And I guess those are the only 3 cars a lap down now. Okay, Mast is out too. Means is out. Horton's out. I wonder if some of these lead lap cars got damaged too. Like maybe Hensley. Gant's way back there. Kyle Petty's way back there. Mark Martin's way back there. I wonder if they got damaged also. All right.
The pace car's in. Green, green, green!
Tires are pretty cold. All right, here comes Musgrave. I'm gonna block him, try and stay out front for a little bit. All right, there's definitely a lot of stragglers. Saw a bunch of guys way back in the tri-oval that time. Those might just be the regular lap cars, but I think it could be some damaged cars too. All right, this could be a little more dicey if we got some damaged cars coming. Looks like there's a guy in front of us going really slow. We're already coming around to lapping. It's possible now that we got some of these moving chicanes, there could be more cautions. I would be okay with that. As long as I'm not involved in them. Okay, yeah, this is Hensley. Hensley definitely has damage. Yeah, he's going really slow. All right, I'm going high. Okay, Hensley is missing his whole front end. All right, so got to watch out for Hensley every like 7 or 8 laps. All right, now I got to block Davey and make sure he doesn't blow by me.
Outside.
Sheesh. So much for that.
Clear outside.
He ain't messing around.
The next car is the leader.
All right, that Hensley definitely broke up the field a little bit. Looks like this front group is only like 5 cars in it now, or 6 cars. And they're all pretty spread out, I think, especially with Davey leading. He's probably the fastest car on the track now. Coming up on Dallenbach, I'm guessing he's got some damage. All right, I'm going high. I ain't messing around with this.
Inside. Still there. Clear inside.
All right. All right, I can go 14 laps, so I'll probably pit 13 laps from now.
You're back in the lead.
That'll get me to lap 110. So that'll leave 78 to go. No, not 110. That'll get me to lap 100. So then there will be 88 to go. There's no way anyone's going 44 laps. So I'll have to pit twice.
Still there. The next car is the leader.
So
Here
3 more
comes the
pit
leader.
stops total.
The next car is the leader. Still there. Still there. The next car is the leader. Clear.
Alright, I'm pretty sure we're catching Jimmy Hensley again. I think I'll get under Ted Musgrave here.
Outside. Clear. Outside.
I
Here comes the leader.
don't want to be stuck on the bottom when we're catching Hensley though. Then I'll have to slam on the brakes for him.
The next car is the leader.
If we catch him in a turn. Looks like we might
comes the
get him
leader.
on the backstretch here.
The next car is the leader.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. There we go.
The next car is the leader. Still there. Clear. You're back in the lead.
See, if you're in the lead or you're single file, then you can just, if need be, you can just go up to that top third lane and fly around these lap cars. But if someone's on your outside, then you're kind of stuck to the bottom. So I'll go high on this guy.
Car inside. Clear. Car inside. Clear inside.
I like having the option of being able to decide if I want to go high or low.
Car outside.
All right, I think this is Mark Martin, Harry Gant, and Jimmy Means, maybe? No, Derek Cope. Oh, it looks like Kyle Petty, Derek Cope, and Mark Martin. I think they got into the accident. Yeah, they must have damage here. But they're drafting together, so it's not as scary when we catch up to them. Look at Terry Labonte get that draft off of him.
Outside. The next car's the leader. Still there. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. The next car's the leader. Car outside. Clear outside.
I tried to get by Terry,
Still
but
there.
didn't
The
work.
next car's the leader. Clear outside. Looks like we're running low on fuel. As that fuel pressure gauge starts to drop, come on in.
All right, I think the AI can go.
There are the cross flags. We're halfway home.
Hey, halfway. I think the AI might be able to go a little further because they stopped on that second caution and filled up the gas tank. So I might have to pit before them. But I usually can go a little further than the AI, so I think it'll just even out. I kind of missed that entry. Okay, someone's pitting right now. I didn't see who that was. All right, these pit stops are really important. I got to make sure I come out in the lead or up at the front, or else I'll lose this lead draft and I won't be able to catch it. As the field is pretty spread out now. Could be, yeah, okay, that's Dale Earnhardt. He didn't pit on that last caution. The only guys who didn't pit was me, Earnhardt, and Musgrave, I believe. All right, I'm going around one more time. And I'm going to get kind of in the back of this group so I can follow them down pit road and not worry about them running into the back of me when I'm hitting the brakes to get on pit road.
Clear, inside.
Oh, what tires am I getting?
Clear.
I'm getting just rights.
Changing just the right sides this time. Right sides only.
Looks like Jimmy Spencer's holding some people up. All right, I'm coming in this time. Okay, some other people are coming in this time.
Limit 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
All right, short pit stop.
Go, go, go! Limits 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. Limits 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
I better not have gotten damage from Greg Sachs coming into his pit. Okay, good. I'm glad I saw him. Though that did slow me down a little bit. But I think if I can stay here with Marlin, I should be okay. Oh, I hate being side by side on the apron. Okay. That's dangerous. Oh, Marlin just blew up. Getting my windshield all dirty. Well, I saw right when I was getting ready to leave my stall, the 41 pit board went down. So I looked in my mirror and he was right behind me. If I had gone, he would have run right into me. I think that might have just saved the race right there.
The leader's pitting now.
All right, how's all this shaking out here? Oh, there's Hensley going all slow. All right, Ken Schrader is a spot. He's a leader. He's in front of me. Oh, Sterling Marlin is stopped. He'll probably just warp to the pits. I should have just stayed behind Schrader right there. Oh well, we'll just be careful.
Clear.
Rusty's got a little damage on his bumper. All right, is this the leaders here? Yeah, Brett Bodine is the leader. Okay. Good. I'm still in the lead pack.
The next car is the leader. Car outside. Still there. Clear.
Catching up to a lap car. Terry Labonte's got
NASCAR's
Darrell
the leader.
Waltrip. I don't think this is going to work. I think Darrell's probably going to get by too.
The next car is the leader. The next car is the leader. Still there. The next car is the leader. Clear outside.
I think we're coming up on Jimmy Hensley again. Whoa, whoa. Doing too much mirror driving. All right, I think that's Bob Schacht, actually. Bob Schacht is going faster than I thought he'd be going, with all the scratches down the right side of his car.
Outside. The next car is the leader. Clear.
All right, next pit stop, I want to get lefts.
Changing just the left sides this time. Left sides only.
It says I can go 23 laps. That'll get me to 124. No, 134. Man, I don't know why I try and do math while I'm trying to race. Oh, Terry Labonte split him on the outside.
Clear.
All right, so it'll get me to 134. And then I can go another,
You're back in the lead.
like 34 laps. So that'll be, what, 170? And then just fuel only on the last pit stop with like 18 to go. Something like that. Oh, someone's blowing up here. Smith, it looks like. Dirtying up my windshield some more. All right, here comes Mark Martin again. Derek Cope and Wally Dallenbach. Ernie's a lap down. Nope, he's in second. It's hard to tell exactly how many cars are in this lead group. As we pass the lap cars, it kind of slows some people down, and so I think the lead pack is probably 10 to 15 cars, but it's a lot more spread out. They're not all just bumper to bumper. See, there's a little bit of a gap from, is that Jeff Bodine back to Ted Musgrave between 8th and 9th? I'm guessing there's a lap car in between them or something. Maybe Ted Musgrave and Brett Bodine are trying to draft a lap car and they're falling back a little bit. Ooh, Ernie almost got me there. Okay, here comes Hensley. Give everyone a heart attack. Watch out, Ernie.
Clear inside.
See, now I pull out by a whole bunch, but they're gonna catch back up. I tested out AI Line Mod's Talladega track a little bit, and that was the first thing I noticed. On his track with his AI, the cars are much better about getting around lap cars. Like if they're running the bottom lane, they'll actually move up a lane to go around the lap car. See, it looks like that time by Hensley, he knocked some more guys out of the lead draft, so now we're down to just 6 cars. It'd be nice if we could just agree to stay single file, but the AI just don't think like that.
Outside. Clear. The next car is the leader.
Waltrip's trying to pass me on the outside.
The next car is the leader. Outside. The next car is the leader. Clear.
All right, I pit pretty much with everyone else in that last cycle, so I think pit stops will be coming in the next 3 laps. About.
Outside. Clear outside.
This is where I would have I'd be on the radio saying, hey, go talk to the 4 car, go talk to the 15, the 94. What lap are we pitting on? As Mark Martin's going all slow here.
Car inside. Clear.
Looks like Mark Martin lost the draft he was in. You know, what lap are we pitting on? Are we pitting together with them? Ideally, I'd like to just pit with like one other car. So I'm not worried about running someone over or someone running me over getting on pit road. But still have a little drafting help.
Here comes the leader. You're back in the lead. Looks like we're running low on fuel. If that fuel pressure gauge starts to drop, come on in.
Okay, Musgrave just pit. All right, I said I would go to 134 about. You know, the longer I stay out, the less fuel I got to get on that last pit stop. But I don't want to stay out and end up running around by myself. That'll just slow me down. All right, let's see who's pitting. I don't think anyone pit that time. Okay, here comes Jimmy Hensley, Musgrave, coming out of the pits.
Car inside. Clear. We're almost out of fuel. You're going to have to come in for a splash.
I'd like to go one more time.
Inside.
All right, I'm going to pit with Ernie Irvin next time. I'm pretty sure he'll be pitting next time.
Clear. The next car's the leader.
All right, don't speed on pit road. Don't overshoot the pit board. We're getting 2 tires, right? Yeah, 2 left side tires. 2 cans, whatever that means. 13 gallons. All right, I'm coming in this time.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds. The leader's pitting now.
All right, very nice.
Go, go, go! Limit's 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
Schrader was behind me. Is he getting 4 tires? I think Ernie Irvin's getting 4 tires too. So I'm going to beat both of them off pit road for sure.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Drinking and driving. I wonder if Dave Marcus is pit. Could use your help, Dave.
The leader's pitting now.
Okay, there's the 15. Jeff Bodine.
Car inside. Clear inside.
All right, I'm guessing I'm probably going to cycle back to the lead here.
Outside.
I'm in second. Who's in first? Oh, okay, the 94.
Clear outside.
Terry Labonte. I'm thinking I should be catching him on the back straightaway next time.
Inside. Clear inside.
Wow, Labonte's got a 5-second lead. He's got to be out there all by himself. How did Labonte get a 5-second lead? It's like someone's on the apron, someone just warped back to pit road. Alright, let's see if I gain any on Mabani here. Yeah, okay. Alright, he's way up there, but looks like me leading this pack is fast enough. We're gonna catch him.
Car inside. Clear.
Yeah, that's him up there drafting with Morgan Shepherd. See, I could let someone go and draft behind them, and then we might be faster and catch up to them. But I don't know, I feel like if someone gets by me, fine, but I feel like at some point they're going to catch Jimmy Hensley, and that'll slow him down. Oh, okay, yeah, Jimmy Hensley's coming up. So when they catch Jimmy Hensley, that's going to slow him down quite a bit. We may be able to catch him there. Me and Musgrave and Jarrett, Waltrip, Bodine, Ernie Irvin. Yeah, they're catching Jimmy Hensley right now. Yeah, I think they lost about a second. And they're catching someone else now too. Mark Martin. Ooh, I don't want Jeff.
Still there.
Oh gosh. Okay. That was way dangerous.
Still there.
I was sitting there thinking I want to go high around Hensley, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, Jeff Bodine had this huge run on the outside. That surprised me. By the time I moved high, he was already sticking his nose in there.
Outside. Clear outside.
Boy, Terry Labonte and Morgan Shepherd are pulling away. I think, okay, I think Derek Cope just split them up. Oh, no, they already got past Derek Cope. Okay, yeah, there's about 0.8 seconds between Labonte and Shepherd. So Labonte is now more by himself here. We should be able to make some time on him now. If we can get by Derek Cope. Like if Jeff Bodine, me, and MasGrafx could just stay in line, I think we'd catch him no problem, but the AI won a race. Okay, and Labonte and Morgan Shepherd are now nose to tail again. All right, we got 41 to go. Got to pit 19 laps, so really like 18.
We'll give you 1 can of fuel.
It's 41 minus 18. 22. 23. I wish I had a crew chief to calculate all this. All right, 40, there's 18 and, or really like 17 until I pit again. And there's 40 to go. So when I pit again, there's gonna be 23 laps to go. Okay, I'm gonna pit with 23 to go. How much fuel will I need? Two cans is about 34 laps worth, which is 13 gallons at this track. Because they only have 13-gallon fuel cells. And I'm guessing that 2 cans means a full tank. I don't know how they programmed it. My guess is the way it's programmed at Daytona and Talladega, because the fuel cell is only 13 gallons, a can of fuel is like 7 gallons. So if you get 2 cans, that would give you a full tank, or about 13 gallons. Which would get you about 34 laps, but I only need fuel for 23 laps. So what's 34 divided by 2? 17? So by my calculation, my very unofficial calculation, I'm thinking I'm gonna need a can and a half to be safe. And here at Daytona and Talladega, that would be that'd be about 9.75 gallons. If I did that right, I don't know. I think I want a can and a half. All right, catching Jimmy Hensley again here. I'm gonna go high, it looks like.
Inside. Still there. Clear inside.
See, in a normal track with a full 22-gallon fuel cell, getting 9.75 gallons would be just one can. But here, because the fuel cells are all messed up, it would be a can and a half. Or a can and a quarter about. NASCAR and their gimmicks, man, making everything all confusing. Maybe I should have gone high. I think I probably should have gone high there.
Car outside. Clear outside.
And I know there's a, you can prevent this problem by using a modded exe file that will give the Cup cars the full 22-gallon fuel tank like they should have. Or you could run this race on GNS physics because the GNS cars have the full 22-gallon fuel tank. But I'm on the Cup physics with the default exe, so I got to do a bunch of dumb math. All right, so I think I want to get a can and a half. And my crew chief will change that sometimes without consulting me. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to look at the menus. My crew chief will change that without consulting me. So I need to make sure when I'm about to pit that it's on 1.5 cans. I think that's how this works. Guess it's better to have too much fuel than not enough. You know, and Terry Labonte really hosed us on that last pit stop. I don't know how he got out 5 seconds ahead of everyone. But he's up there in that group ahead. And I think that group has some slow cars kind of weighing it down a little bit. I wonder if that'll help us catch them. Okay, so I'm getting 1.5 cans.
We'll give you 1.5 cans of fuel.
And I don't think I'm going to get tires at all. See, that's my next question. If you're just getting 1.5 cans on a normal track, that would be enough time to get 2 tires. But here, that's really just like getting 1 can of fuel. The 2 tires might slow you down a little bit.
Inside. Still there. Clear.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Just to be safe, maybe I should get 2 right sides. 2 right sides and a can and a half of fuel. I think that's the ticket. I'd be really surprised if the AI got all 4 tires, but they might.
Changing just the right sides this time. Right sides only.
And if anyone ever watches this and thinks that I'm way overthinking this, my crew chief is kind of an idiot and really likes to run me out of gas on the last lap.
Still there.
I mean, I'll tell him, hey, here's how much gas I want. He'll change it without notifying me. And then he'll put in just enough that I start sputtering on the last lap. And then it costs me positions. Cost me a position at Richmond, I think, way at the beginning of the season. It cost me at Daytona in the first race of the season, although that race was a disaster.
If that fuel pressure gauge starts to drop, come on in.
So, I mean, that race was pretty much over already. But he's done it at, in I think a Busch race too, and a truck race also. So I don't trust him. All right, it still says 1.5 cans. And I'm getting 2 tires. Okay, Terry Labonte just went on pit road.
The leader's pitting now. Clear outside. You're in first.
Oh, there's
outside.
Hensley.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Car
See,
outside.
Hensley, man, when you get in a group, he blends in with the other lappers. And you don't realize it's him until you're all the way up on him, and that can be really dangerous. Morgan Shepherd has some damage, it looks like.
Inside.
I'd like to draft these guys, but
Clear inside.
when people are pitting, it just makes me nervous being right behind them coming off turn 4.
We're almost out of fuel. You're going to have to come in for a splash.
Not a splash, a can and a half. All right, I'm pitting next time. And if I lose a little time on pit road getting too much fuel, man, I think I'm looking pretty good in the race right here for a top 5, top 10. So better safe than sorry.
Car inside.
All right, I really don't want to be around these guys while I'm trying to pit. So
Clear inside.
let's see if, let's do this. Okay, Ernie's pitting behind
Limit
me.
55. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
Nice. All right, quick pit stop. Go, go, go.
Go, 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 go! Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in second.
All right, well, that pit stop wasn't any faster than any of the other pit stops I've done. But okay, yeah, I definitely have enough gas to make it the rest of the way. I should be able to latch on to Ernie Irvan here, even though he's going to get off before me.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
I think I'll be faster than him on the apron here. And getting up to speed. All right, I don't know. Maybe Ernie... okay, there goes Terry Labonte and Morgan Shepherd. Oh, boy, I don't know.
Outside. Clear. Outside. Still there.
I think these guys still got a pit, right? I'm not sure. All right, I got to stay with this group here. Come on. Man, I thought I would catch Ernie Irvan going down the backstretch. Oh man, okay, those top 4 are gonna get hooked up. I think I'm in 5th. See, if I can catch Dale Jarrett here, like if I catch Bobby Hillin, get past him and then stay with Dale Jarrett, I might be all right. Who's behind me? I don't know. Maybe I took too much time on pit road. Maybe I shouldn't have taken a can and a half. But I don't trust my crew chief, man. Dude causes me more problems than he solves.
The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. There's an accident in the pit. We got trouble in the tri-oval.
Okay, and we're racing back to the line. Let's be careful here.
We got trouble exiting the tri-oval.
In fact, let's just let Hillen go by here.
Close. Inside. Clear inside.
All right.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 31 car.
Who is that, Hud Strickland? Okay. Is everyone gonna pit? Oh, look at all that attrition. I like that. 29 cars in the race. It looks like these guys are gonna pit, but oh, crap. I almost dropped my thing. Well, they were low in turn 3 and 4.
Pit road is now open.
All right, they're not gonna pit. Well, if I had just gotten that one can, I think I'd definitely be okay with these caution laps, but whatever. Better safe than sorry. We're running for points, so gotta be careful. All right, we got 17 to go. We're gonna restart double file. I'm gonna be 5th in line. There's 12 on the lead lap, and then there's gonna be a bunch of lap cars on the inside. Hensley is 9 laps down. Rudd is 6 laps down. I'm gonna gain more laps on Rudd in the most laps completed this season. Mark Martin is way back there. I was running around Ernie Irvin in the points and Sterling Marlin, I think. And Marlin is out. Yeah, he's in 32nd. Rusty Wallace is out. There's a few really fast cars that are still on the lead lap. They just got cut off from the lead pack, like Waltrip, Allison, and Kulwicki, and Schrader. All right, the 12 cars on the lead lap are pretty good cars. I'm gonna restart 5th. It looks like Strickland and Trickle are stuck on pit road or something. All right, I'm going to restart 5th. Morgan Shepherd's going to be the first car on the inside line. And then Bobby Hillen. And then Harry Gant. And then Bob Schacht, and then Chad Little. And then Jimmy Spencer. So I think so Harry Gant, even though he's a lap down, he's fast. So I wonder if when the green comes out, if he tries to go 3 wide under Bobby Hillin, that's going to put me in the 3rd lane on the outside. I do tend to restart faster than the AI. I'd like to be able to get down in that bottom lane, even if it's behind Shepard, because I know Shepard is running pretty fast. He was hanging with Terry Labonte the whole last run. So if I could, even Hillin is not that bad. I mean, he's slow, but he's not like broken down. Bob Shack, though, he's going to be 4th in line, and I know he has some damage. All right. Oh, we got more guys out. Strickland and Trickle. Down to 26 on the race. All right, I should be able to drive away from Bob Schacht. I'm kind of hoping.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 18 car on the outside line.
Bob Schacht, it looks like he's actually repaired that damage that he had. Who's on the inside of me? Chad Little. Does he have damage? Yes, he does. All right, so at minimum, I think on the start, I can probably get past Little and Bob Schacht by the time or right around when we're coming off turn 2. How's the tires? Cold, but they look fine. All right, I'm going to get to the bottom as soon as I can. Hopefully, yeah, I'm not even close. I was thinking that I would be outside Bobby Hillin, but I'm not. All right, I'm going to, hopefully I can pass at least Chad Little or Bob Schacht in turn 2. Then I'll get to the inside, hopefully under Jarrett or right behind Jarrett and Harry Gant. And then I'll be right in the thick of it for the last 15 laps. All right, here we go.
Pace car's in. Green, green, green. Inside. Still there.
See, Harry Gant was already looking 3 wide right on the start. All right, I'm getting in front of Bob Schacht here.
Clear inside. Inside. Clear.
Here we go. Why did Gant not make the move to the inside? We could have put Bobby Hillin 3 wide. hit that apron a little bit.
Clear. The next car is the leader.
You know, in my last race at Pocono, on that restart, you go into turn one and the car just won't turn on cold tires. And it's the same way here, but it's easier to just muscle the car into the turn anyway. You can't really do that at Pocono or any of the other tracks, but at Talladega and Daytona, like on that restart, it wouldn't just go into the turns like it is right now. It's like you just have to put, it's the force feedback just gives a lot more resistance when the tires are cold. And the car just doesn't want to turn. I think it's interesting because 20 years ago, I don't know that I ever noticed that. I mean, I think I had one force feedback wheel back then, but it was like a new technology. I mean, it wasn't very good. But with this equipment, I mean, you can feel it. It definitely feels different. Okay, Davey Allison's on the outside. He's got Jeff Bodine with him and Dale Jarrett. I think he's going to get past here eventually because I know Davey Allison is fast. I've got help too, but
Clear, outside.
Davey Allison's a lot faster than me. Looks like Jeff Bodine may be able to get by too.
The next car's the leader. Still there.
And we're catching up to Jimmy Hensley, I think.
Car outside.
Who is that? No, that's Mark Martin.
The next car's the leader. Still there. Still there. Still there. The next car's the leader.
Really had no choice. I had to let off for Mark Martin there.
Outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
Well, I don't think Davey Allison's going to be happy about that. But Davey Allison was just always a happy dude, so won't bother him too much. All right, who are we catching up to? Cope now?
Outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Outside. The next car's the leader. Still there. Clear outside.
All right, is this the white flag? Yeah, white flag.
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
All right, Dale Jarrett's getting up under Harry Gant. All right, if I can get Jeff Bodine isolated and get some help, yeah, just like this from Dale Jarrett. Go, Dale, push me, man, push me.
Car outside. Still there. Clear.
All right, now I just gotta cut off Dale Jarrett. Make sure he doesn't try to get under me. Alright, I think I got it. There it is.
You are on the point. You won! I don't care what they say about you. You're okay in my book.
Thanks, spotter. Well, I gotta say, that restrictor plate race was way better than the first Talladega race. And it was better than that Daytona race. It's so much better when you get some like wrecked cars and then it breaks up the packs a little bit, and I mean, other than just avoiding the lappers, you can actually kind of get to racing a little. That's so much better.
Keep it under 55. Keep it under 3,500 in seconds.
All right, I'll take it. That's gonna help in the points for sure. I was pretty lucky, really. I mean, Davey Allison got hung up on Mark Martin, I think. He really should have been the winner. Okay. Export. This is 17. Talladega. All right, so I win it. I don't think I led the most laps though. I bet you Terry Labonte probably led the most laps. He was second. Dale Jarrett, Brett Bodine, Jeff Bodine, Ted Musgrave, Dale Earnhardt, Ernie Irvin, Ken Schrader, Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki, and Waltrip. Only 12 cars on the lead lap. And only 26 finished. So there were some big wrecks in this one. Let's see here. Let's go back to... kind of want to see these pit stops. There was one that where Greg Sachs almost hit me on pit road, and that would have just been a disaster. But I don't think it was this first one. I think this one was pretty tame. Or was that it? No, he was already in before I was leaving. All right, look at these two cans. So they put the one can in there, and then the second can is in there for only like a second. So really they only put in like 1 1/4 cans. They don't even put in 2 full cans. I don't know. The implementation, and it's not the game's fault, it's NASCAR's fault for coming up with that gimmick. But the implementation of that gimmick and then trying to put it in this game, it's just kind of confusing. They should have just been like, we ain't doing that, and just had the regular 22-gallon fuel cell. All right, so then I think the next one was a caution. Yeah, here's the caution. And this is the one, did they say it was debris or something? Yeah, I don't know that anyone actually wrecked in this one. Okay, that's where we all came off pit road. Was this where I almost got hit? No. Okay, I was getting 4 tires. Let's get a better view of pit road. I was getting 4 tires there. See, I don't really see anyone wrecked or anything. I think that was purely the debris caution. All right, so We went green, yeah, and then right after the green flag was when that next wreck happened. Or the big wreck, the first big wreck. Yeah, okay, it was a bunch of guys. Okay, it looks like Dallenbach here is 4 wide with Petty, Gant, and Mark Martin. And the AI can do 3 wide, but they can't do 4 wide. They just can't do it. There's only room for 3. Okay, but here Richard Petty's 4 wide and he's making it work. All right, was that me? Yeah. All right, I didn't realize they were my bad. Well, I made it through. See, now they're 4 wide going into the tri-oval. Looks like Gant and Dallenbach make contact, and then everyone just goes spinning into the wall there. Let's see that again. Oh. Okay, yeah. So this is a horrible angle too. So Dallenbach goes down into, or Dallenbach and Gant get together, which turns Gant down into Mark Martin and Derek Cope, it looked like. No, okay, so Dallenbach gets into Gant. Gant gets turned into Mark Martin. Mark Martin then shoots up the track, gets turned into Derek Cope and Kyle Petty, and then Richard Petty gets into it 32, which is that James Hilton? It's one of those guys. Jimmy Horton. And then they all just go sliding into the wall there. And poor Horton gets the worst of it, and he had nothing to do with it. Yeah, so there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved in that. And then Stan Smith, does he hit Richard Petty here? No, okay. All right, Richard Petty, you know, it doesn't look like he has that much damage or anything. All right, so that was that wreck. That was the second caution. You know what, I don't usually look at like in-car cameras, but I kind of want to look at an in-car camera here. Let's see, who should I look at? Alan Kowicki. He got a pretty good shot of it all. Let's see what Alan Kowicki saw. They just all spun right out of his way. See, and thankfully I was already ahead of all that mess. Yeah, I was just 2 cars ahead of it. There's Derek Cope, there's Ricky Rudd, there's me. Big wreck in the tri-oval. All right, so let's see. Then it went green for a really long time. And then there was the wreck at the end. Was it right around here? Okay, there we're under caution. There we're coming to the caution. I think. No, it's green there. It would be so much easier if we had the incident button here, which I think is a thing in iRacing where you can just skip to all the different incidents. But it's not in this game. Alright, let's see who's wrecking. Okay, Hensley and Hut Strickland. Yeah, Hensley was going so slow. Hut Strickland comes up, misjudges it, and they both go right into the to the wall, and then they're sliding down. And oh, Dick Trickle gets it. Ricky Rudd just barely got by. If he had taken Ricky Rudd out, I might be the leader in points completed or laps completed. Dick Trickle just barely gets it. Takes him out. So that was that wreck. You know what? Hold on a second here. I want to see where Greg Sachs almost hit me on pit road. Let's see how I can do this. Wait, was that just a pit stop? Yeah, there I'm coming off pit road. This might be it. Yeah, this is it. Alright. Looks like this is the best angle. So, right there they finish my stop, and I start hitting the gas. But then the 41 flag goes down right in front of me. This 41 pit board flag stop sign goes down right as I'm hitting the gas to leave. And so I've practiced that where if that happens, if I'm paying attention, then I immediately look in my mirror and see who's coming. Just a quick glance in the mirror, and thankfully I did, because I start rolling, and then when I look in the mirror and I see him coming, I slam on the brakes, and there's no time to like go in reverse. So at that point I'm just hoping he doesn't hit me too bad, and he just barely nicks me, and so I end up getting out okay. That could have been disastrous right there. Had I kept going, right there, if I hadn't seen him and slammed on the brakes and just kept going, we would have just, boom, right on pit road. It could have spun me around. Then I'd be sideways on pit road trying to get it straightened out. Maybe knocked into the wall. Then I'd have damage. Then I'd have to go around the track and be like, should I pit again and repair the damage? That would have just been a disaster. So, I mean, that error right there makes up for, or that save right there makes up for that mistake at Pocono, I think. But this definitely would have cost me the race. Let's see here. See, right there, the flag goes down. There's Greg Sachs right there. They say go, go, go. And right there, I see Greg Sachs coming in. And so I just slam on the brake, and here he is. That was the closest call of the race right there. I'm very fortunate to have gotten out of that. Let's see. So then we went green, and it worked out just like I was hoping. I think right in here, right? Was this right after we went green? Was it right here? Yeah. So I was thinking, man, if I can get in behind or get in front of Bob Schacht, we come around here, And I start seeing that little gap. Right here, I start seeing this little gap forming, and I'm like, okay, I think I got it. But then I had to get off the gas a little bit to get behind Harry Gant because I didn't want to hook him into the wall. And I started to get worried that Bob Shack was going to close that gap up and I was going to miss it. And then right here, why didn't Gant get under the 31? If he had gotten under the 31, then I would have followed him 3 wide on the bottom, but he didn't. He ended up going high. All right, so then let's see. I get by Gant there. Get by the 31. Go 3 wide on Shepard. Get by Irvin. Okay, and now I'm just following Jeff Bodine. Yeah, it looked like I was about to get by him. Or we're still kind of side by side. Yeah, see that outside line, they're just a little faster. If you get someone fast out here, like Davey Allison, if he had been in this spot, he would have gotten past no problem. And I think he does here in a second. But even Jeff Bodine, if he has proper help, they'll get by on the outside line there. So I just hold the bottom and see how it shakes out. There we go. Yeah, still behind Bodine. All right, so here's what happened on the last lap too. You come off here. I wish there was a better view of this. Okay, since we're all single file, the AI just naturally kind of goes into this high lane, or where the high lane comes off the turn, leaving that bottom lane open. So when we come off the turn, I'm just riding behind Jeff Bodine here, and then because I'm a little slow or whatever, Davey Allison gets a run, and so he wants to go to the bottom. And same thing, and these guys follow him. So I go down there and block that move, and now I've got 3 or 4 cars lined up, and Jeff Bodine is all by himself. And that was really the only way I was passing people, was when I could get a line of cars, and this guy has no help, and then I would get just enough of a draft to get alongside and beat him into the corner, or at least get him up out of the groove in the corner. Let's see, did I let him in here, or did I? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so then I could get by. And he still doesn't really have much help until he's lost like 3 spots. So then we keep going. See, and this is another thing I've noticed. When I'm hugging the bottom line, the AI, their natural inclination is I'm going to pass them on the inside. But when I basically like don't allow them to do that, it's like they just get stuck and they say, "Oh, okay, well there's a car there. I'll just stay on the bottom." And so you can kind of start to get a single file draft going if you are in front and you have guys lined up behind you. Because right here, if I was in front of Jeff Bodine here, or if like the AI came off turn 2 and was in this higher line, Davey Allison and Terry Labonte and Brett Bodine, they would have just blown past me on the inside. But protecting that inside line, it almost forces them into a single file situation where they don't decide to try and pass high. See, it's okay. That happened too. You know what? I want to see one more thing. going into the tri-oval, see, they get stacked up because they would get a good run off turn 4, but they get stacked up. And so then when I go to block them, they just all kind of end up back in line in that single file line. You know, and you can even see the AI right here. Right there, I don't know what track any line that is or whatever, but it may be drafting distance or something. But it's almost like the AI go, whoa, wait a second, we're too close together right here. We need to spread out. And so you see them like spread out a little bit. So, I mean, I think that's kind of how you can kind of manipulate the AI into doing what you want them to do. And you can do that at all the tracks. Just kind of by positioning your car in such a position that you can kind of force them into a spot where you want them to be. All right, so then we catch up to Mark Martin. Davey Allison's in front. He got a push from Jeff Bodine and Dale Jarrett. And then we catch up to Mark Martin. Have to completely get out of the gas. Jeff Bodine gets by. Yeah, and then I used Mark Martin as a pick on Davey Allison. Davey Allison was a little too slow trying to go 3 wide on him, so I just used Mark Martin as a pick. All right, now I'm in third. Me and Jared are catching back up. Get caught up. And okay, so I used Derek Cope right there to get around. Let's see, this helicopter view looks kind of dumb, I think. So I get around, I use Derek Cope to get past Dale Jarrett there. I got help from Harry Gant. Okay, this is the white flag right here. Okay, and we're all in this really nice single file line. The AI don't do that very much. See, right as I say that, Dale Jarrett tries to pass Harry Gant. All right, so right here, same kind of thing. We come off, I go low to block everyone. And by doing that, it kind of locks them in the bottom lane. And so now I've got a really tight draft with Dale Jarrett and Terry Labonte. And Jeff Bodine is out here with nobody. And I get up beside him. See, and he still has no help. And then it's just a matter of blocking Dale Jarrett into the tri-oval here. Yeah. All right. Oh, that helicopter sound is annoying. Okay, I saved it, or I exported it. I saved it. See, that's not really how they would race back in the day. I mean, you would want a good draft and stuff, but the AI, it's really more like to me it's like unofficial AI manipulation. Like, I'm not changing any of the files or anything. I just know how they react, so you take advantage of it. It's really predictable. All right. Okay, I got it all saved and everything. I win it. Bill Elliott lost 38 positions. All right, so let me see if I can get the points up. No, that's not what I wanted. Yes, results, import. That's what I wanted. Why is it making those big icons now? Results, Talladega, save, close, yeah. Now export. $92 points. Right. All right. I'm now in 5th. Fifth, I'm 194 behind the leader. I'm 12 behind Ricky Rudd. Wow, I made up a bunch of points on these guys. I passed Marlin and Irvin. Marlin had problems. Um, I now have 3 wins. My first win was at Martinsville. It was kind of a fluke. I ended up lapping the field because their tire wear was all messed up. So actually, I was testing that, and I actually changed the track any. So when I go to Martinsville again, hopefully that won't happen. And 6 top fives, 7 top tens, 0 DNFs, 1 pole, and I'm now behind Rudd in laps completed by 8 laps. I need to gain 8 more laps on him to be first in that category, and I think that's my main goal now. Um, yeah, that the last time I ran Talladega, I did 98% opponent strength. This time I did 99%. This time I did 100%. It's really hard to make it to where you're kind of like a mid-pack driver in restrictor plates. Like you're either fast enough to stay in the draft, and if you're fast enough to be in the draft, you're fast enough to get in first. Or you're slow enough that you end up just losing the draft. And so just losing the draft isn't fun. So, I mean, if I did 101%, maybe that would put me more in the middle because I don't necessarily like winning a lot of races. It starts to look a little cheesy. I've now won the second most races behind Bill Elliott. Um, but it's restrictor plates. I mean, it's hard to set them up how I'd like to set them up. All right, so the real race. Um, I watched this race I shouldn't say a long time ago, about 6 months ago. I didn't watch it in the last few days, but I remember Davey Allison started this race, but he had that horrible flip at Pocono, so his arm was broken and his eye was all bloodshot. He was in really bad shape. So they put Velcro on his glove and then put Velcro on his wheels so that he could just kind of stick his hand to the wheel because he couldn't grip it because his arm was all busted. And he started the race, and they had a caution. Yeah, one of those rain cautions where it rained for 5 laps, and it didn't even get the track wet. Really, they threw the caution for rain, and so on that caution, Davey Allison got out. And the rule, I don't know what the rule is now with injured drivers, but back then the rule was you had to get out of the car under your own power. If you couldn't get out under your own power, then it was like a DNF or something. So, or you couldn't do a driver change, or I don't know. But that's what they were saying. And so Davey Allison is trying to get out of the car with a broken arm and all of that. Just looks like he's feeling miserable. But he got out, and was it Bobby Hillin got in the car. So I think what happened was Bobby Hillin uh, probably qualified the car. Davey started the car, and so since there was a driver change, he had to start in the back. And then in that first rain caution, they came down pit road. Davey got out of the car. Bobby Hillin got in it. And Bobby Hillin ended up finishing in third in Davey Allison's car, which was pretty good. And Bobby Hillin actually won at Talladega. So yeah, I mean, he had a shot at it. I mean, if Davey Allison had been in the car and healthy, I think he could have won this race. He won the first race at Talladega this season. Um, but that 4-car dominance on restrictor plates was in full effect. Ernie Irvan won the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, and then a couple weeks later came to Talladega and won again. And Sterling Marlin finished second in both of those races as well. And then Bobby Hillin in the Davey Allison car, Ricky Rudd, Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott, I think it might have been the last pit stop. He came off pit road and he was in the lead, kind of like Terry Labonte got a 5-second lead. And then when Ernie Irvan, Marlin, and Allison caught him, he let him go and then tried to get in behind him in fourth spot, and he lost the draft. These three just blew right past him. They only had 3 cars on the lead lap. Yeah, and it was a very tame race. There was one caution for 5 laps for rain at the very beginning, and then one other caution for oil on the track. I'm guessing it's one of these blown engines. And Dale Earnhardt, man, I think at Daytona he finished last too. So at Daytona, Ernie won, Sterling finished second, and Dale Earnhardt finished last. And then they come to Talladega, same thing. Ernie and Sterling won 2, and then Dale Earnhardt finishing last. And that's really what killed Dale Earnhardt in this season was these engine problems. All right. Well, if anyone watches that race, I hope you enjoy it. I had a great time running it. I'm glad there were some cautions to mix up the field a little bit, and kind of give some fluidity to having to pass lap cars and stuff. That's my favorite part about racing in the 90s is when you got to like race around lap cars and everything. So I'm glad it was a little different from the one that basically went caution free in the first Talladega race I ran. All right, well, that's it for this one.